Honorable Minister and Chairman of the Board of the Agriculture Research Council, Mr. Jonathan Gordon, members of the Diplomatic Corps, including the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, representatives of the partner governments and organizations, honorable guests and distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor on behalf of the Agriculture Research Council to be the host institution for this particular conference. And as I speak, you will get to understand why we became the host institution. Indeed, we would like to start by recognizing the efforts of our partners, in particular the government of the Netherlands, for their generous sponsorship of this conference, and the World Bank for the sponsorship towards our panel of speakers and others. Thank you very much. The primary mandate of the Agriculture Research Council is to promote agriculture and related industry through research and development and technology transfer. This mandate incorporates cognate responsibilities that entail compilation and dissemination of information and the execution of programs and rendering of services required by the Department of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, the Department of Science and Technology, provincial departments of agriculture, and various customers from industry and non-governmental organizations, as well as individual farmers and communities. While our mandate reflects a client-focused endeavor to enhance the viability of South Africa's agriculture sector, we are also cognizant of the importance of the regional template, particularly in our continent of Africa, in which our operations are situated. This recognition brings into the ambit of our responsibilities numerous bilateral and multilateral engagements that involve similarly based initiatives to compile and share information. The ARC therefore functions not as an island, but as an entity that is closely coupled to numerous agencies at national and international level. The main functions of South Africa's Agriculture Research Council are wide-ranging, and I will provide a very brief synoptic overview of the major ones for purposes of illustrating the extensive nature of our operations and our main functions. Briefly, it is to undertake and promote research and development and technology transfer, and secondly, to establish and control facilities in the fields of research, development, and technology transfer that are relevant to agriculture. You have already heard from our Honorable Minister that we conduct our research in agroecological zones and try to focus our work in such a manner that we have minimal adverse impact on the environment. We all know that global, national, and household food security is important for our societies, our families, and particularly for national peace and stability. We also know that there are many factors that impact and constrain agriculture production, which in turn threaten food security. I think the Minister illustrated that much more eloquently than I am trying to do so here. However, the single most threat to sustainable agriculture production and food security today and in the near future is climate change, and therefore we need to find responses to that. Some of our studies in the Agriculture Research Council indicate that changes in rainfall and temperature patterns, which require different agriculture practices, and in some instances would require innovations that may be through science and technology solutions. For example, we know that changes in temperature patterns are suggesting that we need to consider developing cultivars of apples and other crops that can grow in new areas. To date, in the Agriculture Research Council, we have been working on developing apple cultivars with low chill properties, which means these will be growing in much warmer climates, which is quite unusual. This is likely to have major implications for our communities as well as our economies. As a result of changes in rainfall patterns, particularly in the increasing frequencies of droughts, it means, as part of the global community, we need crops that are resilient to drought. We have been working with partners around the world towards developing high-yielding, drought-tolerant, or water-efficient maize cultivars. In the first phase of this development, I am pleased to announce that we have made progress, and indeed significant progress, as we will be releasing in 2014 new conventional hybrid maize varieties that are 20 to 30% higher yielding under moderate drought conditions. In one of our collaborative research projects that we call the Tropical Systems from the Southwest Indian Ocean into Southern Africa, it is predicted that there will be less rainfall and water shortages in the Limpopo River Basin. Although less than 10% of the annual rainfall that we know in our system is produced by tropical systems under this umbrella, it is nevertheless the same system that is responsible for major rainfall patterns in our area. These are just a few possible solutions of how agriculture needs to be resilient to climate change in order to assure us of food and nutrition security. At this conference, we are gathered here to discuss and exchange information and learn from each other about possible science and technology solutions, as well as identifying the right policies and other support instruments that could be used to enhance the ability of agriculture to be resilient to the effects of climate change. On behalf of the Agriculture Research Council, we wish all of you, the delegates gathered here, and those that are watching us and listening on to us through Twitter and the other international linkages, a very productive and successful conference. We certainly look forward to participating as delegates, as the Agriculture Research Council, and most importantly, let's all show the world that it can be done and that the global population does have solutions in our hands. It can be done. Thank you to all the sponsors and service providers, as well as my colleagues in the Agriculture Research Council for a job well done in organizing this conference. We thank you.
You the yam,